YouTube. I am coming back to you, fulfilling my promise. I said that I was going to talk about five of my common mistakes that I made through my lock journey, and I'm going to see if I can finish explaining those five um, common mistakes I made in 5 minutes. So here we go. Number one is I slept with no cap, no satin cap, no nothing. I went to bed with my bare head on the pillow. And because of that, I think I've gotten so much buildup. And I was looking at my brother in law, and he just started his locks, and he puts a cap on every night. And his locks are flawless, and they just started 2 months ago. And if I feel like if I had been doing this for these past 2.5 years, then my locks would be awesome as well. So I started to put on a cap, and immediately I saw the difference. So there's that. So make sure you wear your cap when your whatever satin cap or bonnet, whatever it is, something to protect your hair from the cotton on your pillow or on your sheets, because apparently it's not good for your hair. Number two is I over twisted my hair. So I twisted my hair often and very tight. Um, I feel like if I twisted my hair often but not tight, my locks wouldn't have gotten so skinny. And if I had maybe twisted my hair tight but not often, it probably still would have kind of had the same effect but not as skinny. So initially, every 2 weeks is great, but I remember I ran into this girl and her locks were huge and luscious, and I was wondering why her locks were so beautiful and why mine were not. And I asked her, how long have you been locking your hair? And really, I think when we compare the times, I had actually been locking my hair longer. We had the same size parts, and it was just that I pretty much locked my hair too I twisted my hair too often and too tight. And so after she gave me the advice to stop twisting my hair so much, she's like, "You still twist your hair every 2 weeks? Girl, that's a no-no." So after that, I decided that I am no longer going to twist my hair every 2 weeks. And the results have been positive. I feel like after maybe the first year or maybe 8 months, maybe 8 to 12 months, I think the need for you to twist your locks every 2 weeks is diminished because you have a starting point now. Number three is my lack of moisture. I did not moisturize my hair every day, nor did I do it every week, nor did I only did it when I retwisted my hair. So because of that, if you could even hear, I don't know if you can hear that, but my locks are super dry. So now I'm going back to a place where I'm going to moisturize my hair every day with oil in a spray bottle, just spraying all around, just ensuring that every lock kind of gets touched. Even once a week would have been better, but I seriously did not. I really was lazy, and I thought that locks were a carefree type of hairstyle, and in a way they kind of are, because it's carefree in the sense like uh that's my permanent hairstyle, and I don't have to worry about like what hairstyle I'm going to get unless I'm styling them. But in the sense of not having to take care of them, locks are not carefree. It's easier, I'd say, because I've had besides relaxed hair, I've never really kept up with the relaxed kind of look, but I did. I've had every other kind of hairstyle, straighten it every couple of weeks and stuff like that. And to me, this is the most relaxed, but it's not carefree. So you still have to take care of your hair. Waxy substances. I, at one time, used to use edge control to retwist my entire head. No, no. I was in the car the other day just looking at a few of the locks in the back, and I guess maybe because I can't see them, I'm not so sure, but build up in several places on my locks. So I think using those waxy substances contributed to the buildup, because I would lay down and whatever lint was around would get attached immediately. So I do not recommend you use beeswax or edge control or those like sticky pomades to retwist your hair. I, however, do use them to kind of slick down my edges, or when I retwist the front of my hair, I put a little bit so it's a little snatched, in the front. But your hair is natural, and natural hair just isn't meant to be snatched in that way. So don't use it in excess. I mean, who am I? Do what you want, but I'm not going to use those in excess anymore. Too much styling and pulling. I got to the point where I was just a ponytail. I couldn't wait until I could do a ponytail in my hair. And then once I could, I kind of took it to another level. And so I would pull and stretch and do so many different things. And after a while, I would see in the front where my locks were thinning, and the hair in the front of my head was actually straight because I had pulled it so much. Kind of like when you do a twist out and you train your hair to stay in that position. That was how much I was pulling the front. So now the front is very straight. So yeah, those are my 5. I try to do them as quick as possible because I don't like when people drag on, or I don't want to be the one to drag on, and nobody wants to listen to my voice for 10 minutes about something that I'm kind of relearning. So those are my 5 mistakes that I made. Another thing, in addition, I guess this is my 6th mistake. I listened to too little or too much of people on YouTube. And a lot of the time, some of the stuff that works for you won't work for other people, and vice versa. And I was just convinced that because things worked for other people, it was going to work for me. And I was on 2 extremes because, on the other hand, I was like, oh, well, just because it doesn't work for somebody doesn't mean it's going to not work for me. As far as like the waxy substances, I was just very stubborn. Like, people need to use beeswax. That's what some people have been doing for years. And, every day new discoveries are being made. So kind of just look out for how literal you take everybody's advice on YouTube and whatever blogs and stuff like that. And I know I'm kind of stabbing myself in the foot kind of. But my idea here is not to give you advice. It's just kind of give you an in on what I'm doing to correct my locks. So hopefully the next video I do will be showing you some of the new things that I've discovered and some of the things that I've done that have actually worked. So thank you for watching if you watched. If not, then you wouldn't hear this anyway. So have a good day.